Therefore, we say that no one will go through what they don't need to go through, and that no one escapes themselves either. Everything is always planned down to its smallest details, even before reincarnation. And nobody will go through what they don't have to. It would be a waste of time. Not only for the soul incarnate, but also for your spiritual team that accompanies you all the time. The divine laws are so deep and so just that the human mind yet cannot comprehend its depth. We are very intrigued by the possibilities that we have seen popping up for humanity at this time. We have noticed that you have many more spaceships in your skies and much more personal contact occurring. Because of the great amount of summoning that there has been there among the human collective. People on your world want help, and enough of you have opened up to receiving that help to have granted yourselves access to various forms of contact. You are always the Weishauers, the ones on the leading edge. And you are preparing the rest of humanity for full open contact with each sighting of a ship and with each personal encounter that you have. Case in point, a neighbor lost her purse and stopped her car to tell me when I was riding my bike. She was about to panic. I helped her to focus on when she last knew she had her purse. She had it when she was getting into her car because she pulled out her car keys to unlock the door. Then she went home and didn't realize it was missing for 3 hours. I said, "It's either in your car or it's at home. So just be calm and you will be guided to it. It's under something, and you had a moment of inattention when you placed it somewhere." She texted an hour later that she found it under a pile of unfolded towels in the laundry room. There is momentum here. There are things happening. There is so much here for you. As we said, it is all here now. In your absolute knowing, there is no doubt. There is no unworthiness. There is no limitation. In your absolute knowing, there is no delay. There is no hesitation. In your absolute knowing, you stand in your power in the moment and let it all come to you. Because in your absolute knowing, you begin to move into the now, here moment, and you realize that it has always been here. It has all been in the now, here, so that in the perfect moment, when you came into absolute knowing, through the expansion of all that you are, in the summoning of new forms of creation, to receive, to allow, to welcome in, and to celebrate all that is here, all that is now, all that you have created, all that you have expanded into. This question made me write today's text, because it's impossible to answer it in a few lines. One has to go much deeper and understand the true purpose of the souls who have decided to experience life in a world of trials and atonement. The earth is a school of souls. We are his students. The rule and force here in the third dimension is to experience the duality within every action that a human consciousness can live, act, create, or imagine. Live the two polarities of each action. Pray in one end, pray in the other. At one extreme is what we understand as good, and at the other extreme, what we understand as evil. Furthermore, souls have always been subjected to the veil of oblivion, at least for as long as she was incarnated. Forgetting past lives is essential, for without it, she could not experience and feel as real. Every emotion experienced, whether in a charitable act or an evil act, only in the period between lives can she remember, as it makes it easier for her to evaluate her walk. As said here at the beginning of the text, these experiences help also to unite humanity, as you get to see yourselves as one race when you realize how many races of beings there are out there in the galaxy and in the universe. You have something in common, which is the Earth experience, being human, suffering, and feeling emotions of all kinds. And all of those experiences make you unique as a race of humans. You can all relate to one another if you choose to, and the challenge will be to relate to these who have had very different lives and experiences. And if you really want to put humanity on the fast track to first contact, you are going to need to find a way to relate to all of your fellow humans. We are not just talking about the ones you disagree with on various issues, but we are also talking about the ones who do very bad things. We can help people move into their own power as they begin to transition into this new energy, which is really slamming some doors as it cracks new ones open to give us a view and entry into this amazing new time. We are not being allowed to remain in the old energy. We can move on our own, or we can be strongly nudged. It's easier to move on our own, to make the choice to engage with the new scenarios that are presenting. In the 3D world, we helped and we helped some more. It can be hard to stop, but helping is no longer helpful, and it pulls us back into lower frequencies. This week I was out doing errands, and once again I was in the creation energy that I described in my last post. These new energies are making it possible to create as we go, on the spot, what we need. Eventually, we will do this very naturally and it will be normal. Right now it feels incredible to experience. It is very immediate. In fact, someone just shipped me a package. Normally it takes 2-4 days. This time it came overnight. And we're not having to work to create this. It's just happening because the new energy is working with us and supporting creation. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself through the celebration of all that you are and all that you have become and all that you have and all that you have created. In the celebration of all that you have expanded into, you receive, you allow. And in that, even more expansion occurs, even more awareness comes, even more. And expanded levels of consciousness begin to open to you. You open new levels of consciousness and awareness that bring forth new levels of potential and possibilities, and all that is asked of you. Allow it, receive it, celebrate it. Celebrate your magnificent lives. Celebrate your magnificent journeys. Celebrate the magnificent now, here. Celebrate your abundance. Celebrate the beauty. Celebrate the love. Celebrate the joy. Celebrate your freedom. Celebrate the new beginnings. Celebrate this most expansive, momentous, and exciting, magical time. There is so much to celebrate. And as you do, you expand. As you celebrate, you activate a new creative expression, a new creative level of mastery, new creative forms that all result from your expansion. That all result from these new levels of consciousness and awareness. Planet Earth as a school has offered ample opportunities to all souls throughout all time. Every soul could experience every possibility within their creative mind, and every possibility at its two extremes, that is, in its polarities. So, you, me, and all humans have been through them. We have stolen and we have been robbed. We have killed and we have been killed. We have betrayed and we have been betrayed. We have been through everything you can imagine. Prey on one side, prey on the other. For as it has been said, live the polarities. The most interesting thing is that today we know the consequences of every action that can be done in everyday life. This means that all of humanity has already received learning opportunities from all subjects ministered in this school. This is also the key reason for the planetary transition. There is nothing else to teach at this level of learning. What happens is the recurring repetition of acts and attitudes by your students. Even so, everyone who repeats actions in the polarity of evil knows and is aware of what they are doing. If you can see contact as a way of uniting humanity, instead of as an opportunity for you to leave, then you can do some real good there on Earth and for your fellow humans. Escaping your negative emotions has never served you well, and neither would escaping Earth as it is today. It will always serve you to dig in your heels, ground yourself, and deal with what is right in front of you and inside of you as well. And you cannot do that if you are just whisked away on a spaceship. There would be less growth in that experience, as lovely as it sounds. The ETS who are constantly looking in on you and wanting to help do not want to rescue you. But they do want you to see yourselves, your world, and your fellow humans in a different light. And that is what they will bring to you. It will be a new perspective, one that many have not even considered. And it will help you to understand your differences, because you will all realize that you were created by extraterrestrials. And you have been helped by them since day one there on planet Earth. 3D is full of negativity, and it's one thing I've longed to be free of. It's also been challenging to move beyond it. During the May 5th lunar eclipse, I was moved past it. I began to notice I was saying positive things when I wasn't necessarily thinking something positive, and it surprised me. The positive words just popped out, and it made me happy to see this. Since then, I've been noticing others still caught in the negativity. They're engaging, friendly people who make one complaint after another. But for the first time, I am hearing it differently. I am hearing that the person feels powerless and therefore unhappy and doesn't know what to do about that. They're wanting to move into their creative power, but don't know how, or that they even have that option. Most of them are also dealing with resistance. They're blocking themselves from moving into freedom by not engaging with the heart consciousness. We start by loving ourselves. The creative process is so powerful. The creative process is life itself. The creative process is evident in all that exists in all life forms. When you are not intentionally focused on the creative process, you tend to feel disconnected from the manifestation that you would like to experience. Life isn't that exciting. There isn't the momentum you wish to have. You're not experiencing the magic and the miracles because you're not allowing yourself into the creative process, where everything is here now for you to receive and for you to celebrate. Create, 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 dear Master, for the fun of creating, for the joy of creating, for the magic of creating, for the power of creating. If you make a salad or a sandwich or are cooking a delicious meal, you are creating. You are creating a masterpiece if it is your perspective, if it is your focus.